Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network, and happy 4th of July to everyone. I'm in my patriotic outfit. I'm joined with my friend Hoohames. We are still doing Friends of Best Ball on this holiday 4th of July, and Hoohames and I are going to draft a BBM6 in just 1 minute. That's right. Happy Friday to all. Happy 4th of July to everyone. And yeah, Friday means Friends of Best Ball. And so even though it's a holiday, we are still doing Friends of Best Ball. And I usually would not be able to draft and stream a Friends of Best Ball with Hoohames because he works on Fridays. He's off for the holiday. And now Hoohames is my friend this week. And I'm so excited you're able to join me. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I went outside at 9 in the morning to grill, so I didn't have to tonight, and it was already too hot, so
nice.
I just decided not to. Yeah.
You're a smart man. I like that you tried to let's try the early morning approach, and you're like, nope, still too hot.
Yeah, I cook for the week usually, so
yeah.
That
makes sense. That makes sense. Well, let me say hi to some folks in chat. We got, of course, the chat lord himself, Mike Robb. Get your folders out, people. These two are ready to drop some knowledge. We've got our guy Broody, Mr. Alex Trebek. Our folder's still a thing. Steve, of course, my brother, wishing you good luck after drafting with me. Yeah. He knows. We got a little off the rails yesterday. Those 20-second clocks can get you. That's all I'll say. Especially when, they can. So yeah, we've got DJ Quill in here. Happy 4th to you as well. Coolers, happy 4th. A lot of happy 4th of July. Appreciate that from everybody. Our guy Jamie, happy 4th to you as well. So really good to see everybody. Jeremy, we're going to try for the 30-second BBM. If there for some reason is taking really long, then we can try for 20-second. Steve and I did the 20-second Pitbull last night. That's what he was referring to. Did not always get over enough time to queue or make decisions. So I'll try to set us up for success today. But Hoohames, tell us, I believe you're going live later. What do you got going on your channel? First of all, if you're not already following Hoohames on Twitter or subscribe to his YouTube, please do so below. In the link is in the description. I'm sure you already are, but if for some reason you're not, link is in the description for his YouTube and Twitter. What do you got going on your channel coming up today or this week?
Well, we got 2 new contests, as we were talking in the lobby, and we'll probably do a Chihuahua or something to start. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do. If Underdog didn't drop one, I was actually going to try to do. You heard of the Spoiled Banana Society?
I've heard of it, but I haven't drafted anything.
I have a draft, and I'm going to stream it, but I haven't done it yet. And that was the backup plan if they didn't drop something, because I'm maxed on most of the contests in Underdog.
And Superflex, which was your Steve and PPR Tyler's contest, is it officially filled now? I got a few last minute in.
Nice. Yeah, I love the contest. I'm ready for drafters to drop theirs as well.
Yeah. And as Steve said, I wouldn't be surprised. I know some people are complaining, but other people love it. I'm sure there'll be more Superflex to come, but I believe it was like 99.5% or something when I looked, and I threw a few more in. Great contest, and I love your Steve, PPR Tyler's content on Superflex. So hopefully there'll be more Superflex coming our way. So what time do you go live today before I jump in the BBM?
I go live 4 p.m. Central.
4 p.m. Central. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, so if you're in chat, mark your calendars for later, whether you're at a cookout or whatever, a 4th of July party, queue up Hoohames' channel and watch him at 4 p.m. Central. Again, link is in the description for that. So that's great that you're going live at 4 p.m. Central. We've got some best ball drafts all day today. You at 4 p.m. Central. I know I saw PPR Tyler and Off the Shot Schneid are going live later tonight. So got all hours of the day covered for people on this holiday. So yes, I'm going to try the 30-second BBM, and I'm going to jump in I'll do a countdown, but it'll probably be a wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter. Let's see where we're at. There is 10 more to start. So I believe, let's see, Jeremy said, let me know. I just entered the 30-second. There's now 9. if it's like really struggling to fill, then we'll pivot to the 22nd. But we'll see. Right now we're down to 8. Let me bring it over. Let me also say hi to a few more folks. I don't know if I said hi, but good to see Fantasy Football in Espanol, of course, Best Ball on Call, Who Crew, absolutely. Yeah, Jeremy, hopefully you were able to join us. Our wonderful Best Ball Jeopardy host Bruni in here. Mike Rob, who got the Matic bump today, LOL. Were you tweeting with Davis?
No, I was in his stream and he was trying to pronounce Hoohames. And
okay.
I didn't say anything because it's whatever. But
right.
Everybody else was like, "No, you're saying it wrong." There's no way I'm saying it wrong. Yeah.
How did he say it? Just out of curiosity.
Do what?
How did he pronounce it?
It was like there was that baseball player who had like Hoohames, like that,
gotcha.
like more like a Javier, like
okay, gotcha.
Thing.
Okay, that's funny. Mike Rob in all the streams picked it up. That's hilarious. We got that in here. RVs are king. Absolutely. We got Steph Miller in here. Good to see you, Steph. Happy 4th to you as well. Okay, yeah, doing the pronunciation.
Yeah,
I like it. Okay, Jamie talking about for his channel, talking about the spoiled bananas, doing spoiled bananas on his channel. I need to check that out. Okay, Jeremy is in. We're down to 5, so hopefully it won't be too long.
I looked at Jamie's. I tried to find his channel, and his channel that he is in right now only had like 7 people, and I didn't see any content for it.
No, he's definitely on a bigger channel. So I know I'm following it somewhere. But Jamie, if you're still watching, drop your link in the chat for everybody. We'd appreciate that. Jeremy's in with us. Only 5 more to go. We got Candyman. Happy 4th to you as well. Candyman, let us know if you're streaming today or not. But happy 4th of July to you too. Good luck as well. 30-second. Yeah, 30-second, 5 more spots.
While we're waiting, have you degened into Drafter Pass yet? Or
I have not, but I want to. It's just been a busy week. I heard it looks awesome. I messaged, I think Steve, I saw you had Big Loaf on this past week. I believe Steve's going to be having Big Loaf on. I know Steve's tried it. I know everybody's trying it. I've seen it. I've retweeted it, but I have not done it yet, and I will. I definitely will for sure.
So
it looks fun.
I have a BBM team that's 0-7.
Really?
It's not great, but it's not like it's one of those things. I don't feel like it's that bad.
Okay, right.
But and then I have one that's 7-0, and I don't think it's that good.
Oh, right.
So it's just kind of funny.
I know it is going to be fun. It is going to be funny to see the ones that do really well and then how they actually perform, and then the ones that don't do well and how they, so we don't know. That's why we got to mix it up. That's what I keep telling myself. I'm going to put this in Pat's chat too, to see.
I know DJ Quill is on there, and it's kind of like for me, like my first 30 or 40 that got graded, I was at like a 60%, and I know Quill was way up there at first, and it normalized for me for sure.
Okay,
but they've updated it a lot. Like I messaged Big Loaf like the next morning. I'm like, hey, we should you should probably add is it an eliminator or whatever, because the different contests, you're going to draft differently, right?
Sure.
And
absolutely.
if you're drafting an eliminator and they're grading it as a BBM, some people will probably just grade it no matter what the same, but other people will actually try to think about it. Right. And he's like, we are actually in process right now. And that was live a couple hours later. So, and now you can actually sort the leaderboard by every contest and look through all of your teams if you hit your profile and stuff.
Yeah.
So it is definitely addicting.
So how many teams have you posted?
To that? Well, you just upload your CSV and
okay. So it's not like you're posting your favorite teams.
No.
Okay.
You upload your CSV and then it just picks one at random against somebody else's, and it just goes head to head.
Okay.
And it's your big board team will only play a big board team from the other.
Right. Okay.
Somebody
that
else,
makes
right?
Sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, so
Okay, we're waiting for 5. Jeremy gave an update, but yeah, we were waiting for 5. I put it in Pat in the Fantasy Dog Pound Discord. Wanted to shout out Jamie's channel, the RPO Football Show. So it's IDP offensive.
Let me
also do podcasts going for 2 fantasy 6-pack. That's why I knew fantasy 6-pack.
Okay, so
RPO football show. Yeah, Jamie. He's always in here. We appreciate him. So yeah, definitely. I know I'm subbed, but I'm glad you dropped it in chat. Talking about draft or pass. DJ Quill says very addictive. Best Ball and Call says we are wrong about so many things already. We just don't know yet. That is so true. We never know. So that's why that is addictive, fun, and I do need to get on there. I didn't know. I thought it was just uploading like kind of your favorite teams, but I'll have to do that. So yeah,
you don't get a choice.
Okay. I wish we could, because I'd rather just showcase sometimes you land the plane, sometimes you don't. So but that's okay. I'll definitely try it. I just this week was busy. I will definitely get in there. I know Steve, I don't know if he's uploaded CSV, but I know he has. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I know I saw someone said Steve of Speak likes a lot of my teams or something like that. So
yeah, so you can click on your profile. I mean, I can share my screen if you want.
Yeah, we're down to 2 people, but we have time. So yeah, if you want to share your screen, go for it. We can do that. And I wanted to say hi to Hartman, of course. Always good to see Hartman in here.
I want to apologize to Fantasy Football and Espanol. I swear that I'd already subbed to you, but I just checked and I wasn't. So I got that done as well.
There you go. Good man. Good man.
Yeah. So here it says your friends and your foes.
Okay.
So like it tells you who votes for you, like percentage wise more, and who doesn't like your teams. It's kind of funny because I promise you, I am definitely on the hater list for TV Bucks 002. And he's in a lot of these chats. And
is he? Okay.
I believe he is.
He as TV Bucks?
I don't remember. Let me see if it's here.
Best One Call says Meg 74 Scout will carry across all tournaments.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll get me some votes for the. I guess Scatabo is polarizing. There's some team Tracy. There's some team Scatabo. Yeah. So obviously, if you're team Scatabo, you'd be voting for my teams. If you're team Tracy, you probably would not be voting for my team. So
yeah. So like here's.
Oh wow! Look at this. Hartman Steve is my biggest enemy. Voted 0 and 3. Steve, are you still in chat? What is going on? Well, you don't know it, right? You don't know whose team it is when you're voting, correct?
Well, yeah. So it shows who it was after you vote. And so what I'm noticing is a lot of the teams I'm like, that team's good, but I don't necessarily love like it's like just not better than the other team.
Right.
Most of the time that is somebody from this local community that lost. Okay. It's like Zero or Hartman or Steve. Okay. Even me, like voting against yourself. I actually intentionally voted against myself. I remembered a team.
Okay.
I'm like, I know that's my team.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually a good team, but the other team, it was a pre-draft one, and it had Harvey, Tootin, Higgins, all at like 160 plus, and all ended up correlated, and it was just like, no, that's the best team. So
right
instead I decided to vote for it because it deserved it, when I could have boosted myself if I really cared about it.
Right. Okay. But I didn't realize until you were talking about it, and I think I kind of thought from reading on Twitter that you don't know whose teams, like Steve didn't know that he was voting 0 and 3 against on Hartman's teams until after it popped up.
Yeah. So like down here, it shows you what contest it is, how many total you had, or I have 150 teams in the big board, 9 in Best Ball Mania that are in.
Okay.
So then I can click like the bigger board here. No, you can't. Okay. But vote results, that's where it is. But yeah, these are the teams that people like, and then you can flip it and look at the one.
Okay, so you can see the teams that people are voting for, and then
this one I have no wins on. This is the one I was like, I think it was this one. Yeah, this is the one I was like, I don't think it's that bad. It's not great, but it's not 0 and 7 bad to me.
Okay, right. Gotcha.
And,
Okay.
where
So
are we
that's
at
an O
on?
and that's an it is starting. So let
Okay.
me
Yeah.
I was extracting
Your teams.
yeah, just so while we were doing that, hopefully it'll still pull up in a minute now. I need to find it. All right, we still got 40 seconds to start now.
Yeah,
This
so
should be the only slow BBM.
it's Justin Herbert, or it's Herbert, Love, Bryce Young, all stacked. Chuba, Kamara, Jordan Mason, Rashad White, Dobbins at 175, Marshawn Lloyd, and then Puka, Ladd, Rasheed at 31, Ted at 42, Golden, Keenan Allen, Savion, and then I think the reason everybody hates on us because it's got Johnny Smith at 90 with Jake Ferguson,
Okay.
and like everything else about that team is really solid. It's not like outstanding, but it's solid. The fact that it's lost seven out of 7, like, feels weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
You know,
absolutely.
because I have
Absolutely.
much worse teams. Like, I think that's a worse team than the one that's 7-0.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know, like,
I guess it's all eye of the
or a better
beholder,
team.
right? It's
Yeah.
all eye of the beholder.
All right, so go ahead and I'll stop my screen share and
Yeah, let me.
but yeah, I am addicted to it. And like if you're just go ahead.
Just started, and after we make this pick, then I definitely want to talk about it more, catch up with chat because I saw Steve mention something. So we are on at 6. ADP Gibbs, Puka, McCaffrey, Neighbors.
I think Gibbs.
Sounds good to me.
Like I know I made the Puka stand in the one contest, but I think there's a top 5, and I think the next, and then I think it's CD, Puka, and Neighbors all kind of together.
Right.
Kind of is where I'm at with it. But I like to lean wide receiver in the first round generally, just because the running backs feel like you sometimes only have a choice at running back in the second, and then go an RB.
I guess it depends. Like sometimes now that there's been some of these, if you're at the turn, a lot of those receivers, can fall into the turn here, which speaking of on the turn is Bruni. So we are at the 6th spot. Coolers is at the 7th spot. Bruni's at the 12th spot. And let me scroll up. Jeremy, what is
he had
your...
the 101. He got the 101.
Okay, he's got the 101. Okay, thank you. Okay, the icon. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, so Bruni goes Amon-Ra, London. Right there, you can usually double tap receivers, but I see what you're saying.
Hey, and shout out to Bendels. I on Maddox's channel today, he had the you submit teams. He just reviewed them. I submitted the weekly winners we had, where we went 9 running backs.
Okay.
Like just for fun, like just because it's just something for fun, right?
Okay, so we will be back on the clock here. We've got. Top of the board, Brown.
AJ. I think we'll take AJ. Like, honestly, like, if it wasn't BBM, like, so I redone my rankings for the mini 3 over on Drafters.
Right.
And I put Rashee Rice at 16 there. Okay. I have him ahead of, and I don't know if it's right to be ahead of Derrick Henry, but I have him ahead of, I have Ladd and London ahead of him, but no, like, he's basically right there after that group.
Okay.
Because I think a new time box, like if we know he's healthy, we know he's playing, like where is, like, I think it's pretty arguable he could be ahead of London.
So you like, because the thing that I like, obviously early it was like the legal stuff, the injury stuff. Now that we're getting clearance on that, but that's all good. Do you have any worry about like Worthy second year leap, anything like that, or you just?
I mean, what a Worthy second year leap, like just to be good for the offense, which scores more points, which gets him
true. And you're a Chiefs fan,
the red zone target. Like he had replaced Kelsey as the prime target and the red zone target last year in the 3 weeks he was healthy.
Right.
So like I think if you just have a more explosive offense and more chances, I think that's perfectly fine there. And I don't necessarily want to move them all the way up there in a BBM where, I was getting them at 30 over and over again.
So we are back on the clock. Top of the board ADP, Garrett Wilson, Devontae, JSN, Josh Allen, and then running back.
I'm Devontae. Or
clearly I'm Devontae. I love Devontae.
I like,
but we have 12 more seconds. If if there's anything else you wanted to pivot to, I love Devontae.
I have a hard time getting to JSN myself, and
me too. Did you heard me say it on the show yesterday? I just couldn't do it.
Garrett Wilson, I only want that pick if I'm like, if I take Garrett Wilson, I'm forcing Justin Fields at 90.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
every time. I do not want Garrett Wilson teams without Justin Fields. Maybe I'm wrong, but I want a lot of Justin Fields, and I want some of those to have Garrett Wilson. So yeah.
Just wanted to circle back to chat real quick. Steve said, "Oh, I definitely knew it was Hartman." Then we got our guy Eddie. Good to see you, Megan, who is his adopted brother. Happy 4th to y'all, his family. Thank you, Eddie. Happy 4th to you as well. So glad you got in with us, Jeremy. Definitely not usually vote because of structure or player or two that I'm down on. Okay, so he's just joking around.
Yeah, no, normally it comes down to like a lot of the teams are pretty close. And it does come down to a player take. Like, so I am like, I'm just going to openly admit, if you have a backstacked Burrow team, I'm voting the other way. It doesn't matter what else. Like, I don't.
I mean, I do that sometimes, but yeah, I get it. I get why that.
Like, I don't think it's a good thing to do. I think not only like, I think it's bad for the game of best ball as well. Like I think that it's defensible somewhat, but I don't think there's really a world in where it's fine. Like,
well, my only pushback to that is, what if one of Higgins or Chase gets injured and
then Burrow's value is less.
Yes, Burrow's value.
I think we know who we want. Jaden.
Sure. Yeah. No. Jaden works for me. Absolutely.
I mean, I am very into elite quarterback this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this leads us.
Washington, Philly play week 16, which is always nice.
The only other thing would be taking Devonta Smith and trying to force Hurts back, but I think we just take Jaden and be safe with it.
I'm fine with that. You make the final call, but Jaden is totally fine. Again, they play Eagles. We already have, it's a lower volume pass offense. I don't know that I've even done Brown, Devonta, Hurts yet, just as a lower volume offense. That doesn't feel comfy to me, but
I generally don't get to AJ Brown a lot.
Yeah, I don't either. There's just so many people in there. There's so many in that range that I like.
So all the other quarterbacks attached to the players in that round are very attainable multiple rounds later. And with Jalen Hurts going on the right side of the board, or AJ Brown going on the right side of the board,
right,
and Devonta Smith wrap around for Jalen Hurts is so easy to do. Like you have almost no chance to get AJ Brown unless you're willing to take Jalen Hurts in the 4th. And I don't necessarily hate Jalen Hurts in the 4th. Like that's probably where he should be going.
Right.
But like, especially in like BBM specifically,
where people are getting. I see what you're saying. They're getting that value.
I have a hard time getting to AJ Brown because like it limits your quarterback options.
Right. Okay.
In my opinion.
Oops. This is coming.
I mean, if he comes back around, like I would be fine taking both and being done. But
sure.
That didn't happen.
Right. He went 2 before us, so I do have the right screen up. Yes. Okay. And we are on the clock at 54, top of the board, ADP. Flowers, Chuba, Ridley, Mixon, Kamara. We're at 1-1-2. What do you like here?
I think I like Ridley, like where your rankings were. That's
where
I've been. I was big on Ridley in the big board. Like I did it didn't make sense. They made all those offensive line changes.
Yeah.
They brought in 0 quarterbacks, right? Like they brought in nobody. Like they just ignored even talking to a quarterback. So it was obvious that Cam Ward was going there, which meant that his value should go up, right?
Right.
And like, he's going to get an improvement, and and they weren't bringing in any competition for him unless it was in the draft. So like the fact that he was going where Jerry Jeudy was, and so I'm big on offensive line improvements. I think that like, massively helps your team.
And Titans are so improved along the offensive line.
Yeah, I mean Zeitler is awesome.
Yeah, which by the way, that picture of Steve on the talking ball with Steve-O Speak, that was Steve's first Senior Bowl interviewing Kevin Zeitler. 2012 Senior Bowl. So kind of cool, just a tie-in. And he's still playing now with the Titans. So, so very cool. Let me just say a quick hi to chat. We've got Bindles, a little GM US, has some more happy fourths. JT Best Ball, great to see you. Happy 4th as well. A little Best Ball on call to Bindles. Ola Hoohames from Crossface, good to see you as well. Candyman says, push Fields to 110, do it for America. One cheaper Fields.
Yeah.
We got that in here. Rice goes for 6. Okay, so he's pushing back, having some convo in here. Pepper Tony, hello to you as well. We'll get back to chat in a minute. I made this mistake way too many times yesterday with Steve, and I'm gonna stay on top of it for us. Names 67 is where we're coming up at 113, top of the board. We do have Deebo Samuel. I don't know where you stand on him with Jaden. If you want to go there,
yeah, that's fine. I don't like the Deebo pick, but I
like Montgomery too. If you we have Gibbs. Sorry.
Yeah, and well, I actually think securing 25 touchdowns is a fine.
I actually have done it. I've done it like twice. So you're fine with Deebo.
I am fine. Like I'm coming around to some Deebo. Like I'm probably going to be like 3 to 4%. Like I was 0, but I'm betting on the Commanders offense. I have like 11% Jaden Daniels, and it's irresponsible to stay at 0% Deebo. It's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm like, all right, I can still have my take, but and Deebo's actually falling into the 7th quite often now.
Yeah.
I just haven't had that happen whenever I've had Jaden Daniels. And to be honest, as soon as Ridley went there, and those running backs go from Mixon, Kamara, Harvey, Travion, and Connor and Kenneth Walker. I think that there's a massive tier all the way down to almost Shakir, all the way to 70 or 80. So I don't hate bringing them up there to get your stack.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think he certainly don't think he would have fallen back to us. So I kept it here. It's again, learning my lessons from last night. Even this is a 30-second clock. It's moving fast. So we're coming up at 78,114. This couple, I know you're not as high on Caleb Johnson, but it's the two rookies, Judkins, Johnson, and then Pearsall, Laporta, Jaden Reed, Shakir, Pacheco, Pollard, if you wanted to correlate with the Titans. What are you thinking here?
Actually, I'm thinking something that you're probably not thinking about. There's a player.
Tell me.
There's a player that's been falling for absolutely no reason to the spot he should have been in the big board. And he was 20 picks early in the big board.
Okay. Who is
that? That's Sam Laporta.
Okay. Yeah, no, he is definitely falling. And I don't have much of him.
And we have Gibbs.
And we have Gibbs, so it's team bet. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm fine with that.
And that gives us our
You mentioned it in the chat last night, right? About the Laporta fall?
Yeah, because in my slows going right now, I got him at 83 twice. And on drafters, I got him 81 earlier today. So Steve fire him back about the Burrow, how he was really good without Chase. Let me
get in here really quick. Say hi to Jamie, talking about one of the greatest athletes to eat 70 over has 70 and a half hot dogs. Bindles once ate 12 triple cheeseburgers, so that's good fact. Steve went to the Senior Bowl, and his opponent this week went to senior discount, making a joke. Steve is playing Neil this week, by the way. Neil is in the losers bracket with Steve this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Great joke, Mike. That's hysterical. I love Neil, but that's a great joke.
I have a question about that. So, is the winner of that game going to play Pete as the highest scorer, or are you guys going to reseed based on the score that the winner has?
We're reseeding by score, but I need to talk to Bruni. Bruni's here in the draft with us, so I assume he's in chat. Bruni, I was going to discuss that with Bruni because, this is Bruni's baby too. He's done such an amazing job with it. I think it actually should be losers back. It should play Pete. Because they're coming back in, right?
It would be kind of hilarious.
Because Steve could have the highest score then. Okay, we were back on the clock. Do I have the right screen up? Yes. Top of the board is Hawkinson, Pittman, Cup, Baker,
I think
Mason.
I bring up Jordan Mason here.
I was just hoping you'd say that for a second. Running back,
and it's
you
a
got a little
bring back.
Vikings Lions bring back. So for all those reasons, I was hoping you'd say that. 1, 2, 4, 1 to start. I'll keep it here. Jaden Daniels, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jordan Mason, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams. Then after we make this next pick, we can get to Steve's comment and any other comments. AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, Calvin Ridley, Deebo Samuel, Sam Laporta. This is a fun start. Coming up 8 picks away at, let's see, we'll be at 102. ADP, I'm having it sorted by ADP. Where do you want to go? Where are you thinking here, Hoohames?
I mean, I think we just take a running back, a receiver, whatever's available.
Yeah.
I mean, if Hawkinson for some reason fell back, like I'm fine with that being done there.
And then being done there.
He just went, I think. But I was mildly interested in him with the last pick and being done. I don't love 2 tight ends that early, but
me neither, but I do like Hawkinson this year. I would have been totally fine with that. He does not fall back. So let me sort by running back, receiver. Warren, Keon Coleman, Tyrone Tracy, that would be a hedge for me. Rashid Shaheed, Cam Scatterbo, and Najee Harris.
I mean, it would also be a reach for me. So all the receivers are going.
I mean, we do have 4 really good ones, but if you
I'm fine with Warren. I'm fine with bringing up Rashad Bateman as well, who I kind of like Bateman a little more than Keon Coleman.
Do you want to go? Okay,
yeah, let's go Bateman.
Okay, and then honestly, I mean, this would definitely only be 7 receiver. You could probably even make a case if you got one soon after. Are they all different buys? Let's see, 9.
Well, that's our 5th.
8, 10. Yeah, that's true. That's what the fifth.
So
that's a strong receiver room. So I definitely think this you could stop at 7 there for receivers.
We have Jaden Daniels. Like I know, and we have Laporta. Like if we take like Dallas Goedert, like I'm pretty fine with 2 tight ends there.
Right.
And adding I think the running backs in the last 2 rounds are awesome.
Sorry, I just had to laugh at this.
Yeah.
He was sitting there. Oh, now she's focusing.
Yeah.
So let's get to the counter argument, Steve. Burrow finished 4 in 22. Chase missing 4 games. Burrow finished 3rd last year. Higgins missing 5. So what's your counter argument? Maybe we need to bring Steve on for a full debate. No, I'm just kidding. Bo,
I don't know. I think your path to winning is extremely thin doing it.
I mean, I think Steve's also speaking to he wasn't able to get Evans or Godwin with Baker, wasn't able to stack Baker and got 4th with Baker in the big board too. So I think I do think sometimes it's too black and white, but I can see both.
Baker was being drafted in the 14th round.
Right.
He wasn't being drafted in the 5th.
Right. We're
or 6th or 7th. Like if you had to give up Lad McConkey or BTJ to take Baker last year, that might not. I don't know who was on your team, but probably one of those 2, or Rachaad White, maybe somebody like that, or Kittle. Like if you have to replace that player with Joe Burrow, right, versus Baker in whatever, like Pat Bryant or whatever in that round, like I think it's a massive difference. And that's why I think it's bad.
Yeah, I think I'd say for different contests, it would be different too. Like, I mean, in the marathon, especially, and he doesn't fall in the marathon and other contests as much as he shouldn't, because again, when he stayed healthy, he pretty much is a top 5 quarterback.
And in Eliminator, it literally doesn't matter. Like it's perfectly fine.
I'm just saying that he fell back to us, but I'm not. I mean, I don't want to peer pressure you.
There's a reason I wanted to pull Bateman up.
Okay.
And I have 25% Scatterbo as well. So.
All right, let's go.
I don't want to be the reason you have less Scatterbo. So,
that was okay.
Yeah, there we go.
1, 3, 5, 1. We're up in 9. I'll keep it here.
I was incredibly comfortable clicking Scatterbo directly after Jordan Mason over and over again.
Yeah.
And I still would do it. Like the fact that you can fit another player in now and get him every time maybe we're wrong and maybe we're going to have a bad season, but it feels pretty good.
Yeah, no, to have both Jordan Mason and Scatabo on this team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get a certain player to fall back to us in the next round.
Okay.
I think you probably know who we're talking about.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So going back to the Best Ball Jeopardy thing about the losers reseeding thing.
Yeah. What's your thoughts? I'll catch up with Chad. I don't even know if Bruni weighed in yet, but
I don't really care either way. Like I was just kind of curious, but it would be kind of hilarious if it, and nothing against Steve, but if Neil beat Steve and then had to play Peter again.
Yeah.
You know, like
right.
And like as I was saying early, I believed, and I played in week 2, but it only makes sense that the points get higher and higher and higher. Because,
I agree.
Like it only makes sense, and I'm not saying that that's an unfair thing or anything. Like it is what it is. Like,
are you thinking Ramondre or?
I was thinking Jared Goff.
Oh, okay, that makes
if he's there.
Okay, no,
he is not. Go back to running backs.
So Ramondre, I'm not a Javonte girl, but
Ramondre's fine here. Ramondre's fine. I
also like Ray Davis. No, that's a little early, but I also like him if you really.
I think Ramondre gives us somebody to allow points for if Scatabo doesn't start off strong with Gibbs. So like, and like the mix of Stevenson and Mason allows us to take 2 very late guys like Taj Brooks or like Trevor Etienne or some shots late. So I think adding Stevenson there just allows us flexibility.
No. To circle back on the Best Ball Jeopardy thing, I think it should be the loser bracket plays Pete, but I will definitely talk to Justin and see. Let me catch up with chat real quick. More weighing in on the Burrow thing.
I missed the Goff thing.
Okay. Yeah, where did he go in this one?
Bruni said he took him.
Bruni,
we had a double stack. There was no chance that Goff would have came back.
Oh, yeah, because Bruni had him on Raw.
Because, so the All-On Raw drafter had to do that. Let's go back to the screen and look at...
I did not trash Neil. How did I trash Neil?
It's saying that Steve would win. That's why. Yeah.
I didn't mean to say it. I must have done that subconsciously and not even known. Did I say?
You were just using it as an example.
I said that Steve would play. Okay. I love Neil. Neil's the best. I did not mean to do that. Okay, wait. We are up in 1 pick, so let's stay here.
Jake Ferguson.
Yes, absolutely. Love Jake Ferguson, and we can be done at tight end if you'd like.
Done at tight end. We get our bring back.
That's not the same. No. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Got the bring back to Jaden. So just to recap here, we're at 1, 4, 5, 2. Definitely done at tight end. Jaden Daniels, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jordan Mason, Cam Scatabo, Ramondre Stevenson, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, Calvin Ridley, Deebo Samuel, Rashad Bateman, Sam Laporta, Jake Ferguson. That's a fun tight end room there. That. And definitely some good correlation going on there with like the Vikings, Lions, mini, obviously the Jaden Daniels, Deebo, Jake Ferguson stack. Washington does play Philly week 16, so that's fun too. So yeah, definitely some nice correlation in there.
I missed that Bruni brought up he brought JMO up as well. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So he had the nice double stack. All right, let me see.
Which is like, I didn't know. I'm not actually paying attention to what anyone else is doing in this draft.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of chatting and paying attention to what we have going on.
I apologize. I fell behind in chat a little bit, but love all the chat. We appreciate you obviously coming here on July 4th and hanging out with us, hitting that like button, chatting with us, those drafting with us. We all appreciate you. FK Cooler saying, I don't want to pressure you into Scatterboo, but the stream's going to mysteriously end if we don't pick them. Yeah, I did have it there, queued up, ready to go. We got our guy. Oh, keeps going away. Tyler in here. Always good to see Tyler. Happy 4th to you as well. Okay, he's Scatabo over Mason. We got both, so love it. Absolutely.
I have them equal, basically.
Yeah.
And I think, like, for exposure reasons, I take Mason because I have a lot more Scatterboo, and you can get both pretty easily.
So what are you thinking here?
We can
don't
take
really
Rice and backstack, or we can just pull up Stafford and block it up.
Yeah, we also these 3 quarterbacks I think are all options. I think we should get one now for sure, and then keep an eye. So
do you want to? Like, I'm fine with any of them. We already have a stack for Stafford.
Yeah.
So I think we just lock that up. Like, it's I love Bryce Young, and he offers rushing upside, but to be honest, like, all we really need is somebody to fill in for Jaden, right? Like, we have already made the bet that Jaden Daniels is going to destroy the season, right?
Right.
So,
yeah, but I will say, if you wanted to go 3 quarterbacks, a Jalen Hurts team, those type of teams, I don't mind, because again, we've seen Jalen Hurts like 3 out of the 4 playoffs miss time. We've seen, Jaden honestly probably should have been out 3 weeks during that stretch when he got his ribs destroyed and left that Carolina game. So if you wanted, if like a Cam Ward fell, or if there was a massive fall, I would be comfortable with that.
Comes back, I'm for it.
Major reason why I took plenty of Mariota in the last round. I just did today in the Superflex too. Yeah. It's just, he is not the sturdiest, thickest built player. Let's just a quarterback who runs around. So, I just, I know you need to.
Michael Penix still available?
That is wild. Yeah. 163.
What's his ADP? 145? Like, even though we don't have a stack, but it's a bring back on that game, we could add your favorite pick, Ray McLeod, at the end.
Sure. I mean, I was going to say, who can we backstack?
Yeah, because I think he talked you into it a little bit yesterday, because like Ray had 653 yards or something like that. I'm fine with either one of these. We can go with the bring back. We could go with Cam Ward. Cam Ward has weird stacking options late as well.
Yeah, you got the bring back, and then we already have Ridley. So either one, I think, is a fun third quarterback in this one.
Let's just go with Penix, because it'll be more unique.
Yeah, I like that.
The ADP value.
Especially with the ADP value, for sure. Yeah. So we'll get rid of Ward there. So we're 3-4-5-2. We're done at quarterback, done at tight end, and now we can just fill out our running back and receiver rooms.
So what I was going to say, like, if a fall like that happens, I love taking it, even if it's a naked quarterback with like a Jaden Daniels, because you're just looking like for if Jaden gets hurt for 2 or 3 games, like to fill that in to get your guy there.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Mike Robb saying that Hoohames saying possibly Neil faces Pete. We got bulletin board material. Steve's gonna have to do some training this week for Neil.
Yeah.
All right, and I finally caught up. B. Grandy was in with us yesterday. Happy 4th to you as well. Jay Lives, happy 4th. We got our guy Chad Candles, 2 of my favorites on this one. You're one of our favorites too, Chad Candles. If you watch morning streams, he's your guy. Happy 4th to you as well, and everybody join us. We appreciate you guys.
Based on what Mike Robb just said, like, if you're not familiar with me and my brand of humor, like, I look at things as like, what's the worst possible situation that could happen? Like, and whatever that is usually what I'm rooting for. I root for chaos.
Oh, you root for chaos. Okay.
I root for chaos in every situation. So
are you, I have to, with you saying you root for chaos, are you a 0 RB drafter, or more often than not, or what do you typically lean into more often?
I root for other people to have chaos, not me. I like structure.
You like structure. Okay. Got it. Fair enough.
No, like, I actually do all kinds of builds.
If we're looking at running back and receiver here, top of the board is Douglas, Dowd, Jalen Noel, Pierce, and then
I think we just
saving one spot for Ray later.
Pull up Jarquez Hunter. Let's just secure that, if you don't mind.
Got it. No, I need some more. So I like that. I think that's fun. I need
this
some more.
Room, I assume, has a couple people that love Jarquez Hunter.
Yeah.
We have the stack. We're stacking out that game.
We're in
the $1 section of auction bids.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Let's just go get the guy. We took Ramondre to open up the fact to take some rookie guys, right? Like, we got Ramondre and Jordan Mason to secure the floor for our running back room.
Exactly.
So, like, let's take a couple shots here at the end. Yeah. So
absolutely.
I think that I think he's criminally underpriced. Like, if everybody,
I need to start taking more of him. He's one that I need to get on board with and take some more of.
yeah. So it's kind of we've all, like, everybody that's in this chat knows, like, Taj Brooks, like, he's almost like, yeah, some people argue that it's P Ryan, because P Ryan has a role, but it's like
I
not
love
a
Taj
productive
Brooks.
role.
Yeah.
But like Taj Brooks, like, is one of the best offenses in the league that doesn't have a defense, and he is the contingent back to Chase Brown.
Right.
Right. Like the fact that he goes undrafted, or used to go undrafted. I think people are over that now. Like, Alec Pierce is still here. Like,
yeah, I love that. If you want to do that,
I'm fine with Alec Pierce here.
That would be great. I have 21% and don't care. He's just like a fun sixth receiver. You know, like I'm taking him as my sixth receiver, like we just did. So
you can go ahead and queue up. You can go ahead and queue up Ray Ray. Like, if we don't get him, like, I'm still fine with Penix 20 picks past ADP. Regardless.
We literally got him almost 20 picks past ADP.
Yeah,
agreed.
Right. So I'm fine with that.
So we're down to our last two picks. Are you thinking? I think we're real. I think it should be 3, 6, 7, 3, even though we started Gibbs, because we did wait till Mason. No. So are you fine with 3, 6, 7, 3? Because that's a really strong receiver.
That's exactly how I like to build my.
3, 6, 7, 2. The numbers wouldn't have added up with it. 3, 6, 7, 2. Apologize for that. Yeah, no. Yeah, and I like that, especially in BBM. I understand that, like you said, that we're making the bet on Jaden Daniels. Totally agree. But if he misses playoffs, or if he misses 5 games in the middle here, or just like having 3 quarterback stacks in the playoffs just feels so nice in the 1 of 13, 1 of 16. You know, I always try to remind people we're drafting BBM here. It's a gauntlet to get through that. You really need one of the highest scoring quarterbacks. So if for some reason Jaden doesn't go off, but Michael Penix does, and we got him 20 picks past ADP, and he lets us get to the semifinals or finals, then that pick was awesome, you know. So.
And to be honest, we could try to push Ray, and
I think we could. Any running backs you like here?
Okay, Will Shipley just went. That's who I was.
Okay. Do you want, or would you rather just take? I mean, because
there's plenty of guys I like down here.
Okay. So you want to go ahead and take Ray,
yeah,
lock that
I think
up,
we just
and then
take Ray.
So we got the stack, and we're just looking for a running back here. Let's talk it through. ADP.
It's also the bring back too.
The bring back
on the Rams.
Oh, right. Oh, absolutely. No,
that's like, if it was just a stack, I probably would have pushed it, but it's like I said, we're in the dollar section anyway.
Yeah, we've got, I mean, from that week 17 game, we've got Stafford, Penix, obviously, Hunter, Devontae Adams, Ray McLeod. So yeah, no, that's like a super fun week 17 game stack. One of a lot of people's favorite week 17 games as well.
We actually have 2 of my top 3 games.
Okay, so we've got Washington, Dallas, Atlanta, LA Rams, and then what's the third? Detroit.
I mean, we have that one, but I actually have the Dolphins Bucks ahead of that one myself.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, we and to Jamie's point there, I think it's huge. I was in Spike Week's chat earlier, and I asked Eric a question, and he said exactly how I feel about it. Like, I believe that Shipley is going to carve out a role in the receiving game either way. Mm-hmm. Like, Saquon can receive, but like, I know they don't use running backs a ton in the receiving game, like Jalen Hurts just never has.
But with Gainwell being gone, I still think he has a role, like you said. Shipley has a role in the receiving game.
Yeah. And he looked really, really good. Whenever he got his very few chances, he looked as good as I thought he would. Like, I was big on Shipley last year.
Yeah, Steve had him on his big 4th place big board team, just didn't get the right landing spot, obviously, but loved him as a prospect. And so I think it's really exciting to have him as that RB2 role for one of the top offenses.
And if Shipley goes down, he's absolutely
then a total winner. Yeah.
Click just running back.
Of course. Yes. So based on ADP, I don't think we need double dip LA there, but Mitchell, Hunt, Ford, Mostert, Kyle Monangai, Jordan James. So like the Taj Brooks, Rashad Smiths of the world are gone. What are you thinking here?
I am either.
Okay, so Mitchell just went.
I think we take a dart, like an Ollie Gordon or a
JCM correlates. Then Kyle
Monongai.
Monongai is just like a fun.
Any of those are fine. Devin Neal's fine actually too.
Oh, I like Neal a lot too. So
like,
but you're my guest. I was gonna say I want you to pick. So you're my guest here.
I very much did not like JCM as a prospect. I know. So, and it's not that I don't think he's okay. I think he's the guy. Like, I think his upside is Devin Singletary. I don't think he offers giant upside. Like, he can absolutely be a serviceable back, but that's not where we are not looking for that. We're looking for somebody who can score fantasy points.
Right. So, no, I think this is a fun. That was a fun last round click with Devin Neal. And I do like the way we will go through all these teams in a minute. Let me just catch up with the chat. Pepper Tony says LA working on the contract extension with Kyron. Yeah, I haven't drafted much Kyron, but I wanted to get a little Kyron, but I do want to take some. I really do like the explosiveness of Hunter.
That's my thing about Hunter. Like
he's different.
He outperformed his ADP like every year, but like we're certain this year once again that he's going to fall. Like this year they actually drafted somebody that does something that he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and not only did they do that, I talked about this on my stream yesterday, but like not only did they draft somebody who is explosive and is going to be better in the receiving game, they also signed somebody to replace Cooper Kupp because Cooper Kupp wasn't getting it done. They went out and upgraded there. So everything in the offseason says they want to pass the ball more.
Right.
So that's where I'm at with it.
I agree. I know. I definitely agree with that. Jamie says, give me all the Taj Brooks. You mentioned that you and I both love Taj Brooks because it was one of Steve's favorite sleepers in the big board landing spot. Perfect. I love Taj Brooks as a late round click. He's been moving up for sure. We got Pierce's stat approved like that. What is your thoughts on Shipley being a league? Okay, we covered that already. Chad mentioned the long TD week 18 that was called back, and he had that long. Was a touchdown run or a long run in the playoffs when they were resting after, unfortunately, they were destroying my Washington. I definitely like Shipley. Shipley is Old English for Gainwell. We got Sladen. Good to see you in chat. Eddie announcing Superflex is officially filled. Hoohames is Mr. Superflex, and he maxed 150. Steve did as well. PPR Tyler did as well. So hopefully, I know some people it's a polarizing issue, but hopefully they give us a few more Superflex because that was fun. And I enjoyed watching your all's content on that. This was good. Mike Robb says, Steve, I would try a dope beard to get Meg to stop boxing you out of your picks. It seems like something to try at least. Mike Robb's absolutely undefeated in chat. Just absolutely hysterical.
I'm assuming, like, if I keep coming back, maybe every time I come back, she tries to box me out of a pick or two. Maybe
just maybe the first time.
Maybe you're just trying to lure me back on.
Exactly.
So you can box me out later. Like maybe once you're comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe. No, I was just trying to get you back. Eddie says, hopefully I can get one of the finals to compete with you all. Absolutely, Eddie. We love seeing you in these streams, in these drafts. We will go over the drafts here in a minute. Cooler says Shipley's best asset is a pass catcher. So I'm interested to see if he gets any sort of defined role or handcuff only. I think he's going to have, we just talked about that. I think he's going to have some role. So I think he's a great late pick. You kind of had him in mind, and I think that was smart. Unfortunately, he went right before us. He's got Pepper Tony's 30 Superflex slows. I threw in a couple more today and did one fast today because I was like, I need a few more. So I think I ended up around just 25, didn't do a ton, but I might do even more the next time. It was a lot of fun. Let's go over the teams now. Hoohames, we'll start with ours. 3673 from the 6th spot, Jane Daniels, and then two later quarterbacks, one with insane value. Matthew Stafford correlated, and then we got Michael Penix, almost 20 picks past ADP. Jahmyr Gibbs, then we waited and got Jordan Mason, Cam Scatterby, Ramondre Stevenson, still guys with some projectable volume, which I like, and then tacked on two fun rookies in Jarquez Hunter and Devin Neal. A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams stacked, obviously, Calvin Ridley, Deebo Samuel stacked, Rashad Bateman, Alec Pierce, Ray McLeod stacked, and then Sam Laporta got some nice value there, and Jake Ferguson for a nice 2 tight end room. I really like how we landed this. Hoohames, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's very solid everywhere, and it offers upside at every position as well.
Steve, I would love to see Steve with a long beard. I don't even know if I've ever seen him with a beard, so let's try it. That'll be fun. Go ahead. Any other thoughts on our team?
I mean, if history repeats itself, this team can't win BBM because we forgot to get a rookie wide receiver. But
if history repeats,
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. We took the targets or we took the rookie running backs instead late. But yeah, so, I mean,
JT agreed with our discount on Penix was worth it. So yeah, I forgot about the rookie receiver.
I forgot about it until we were reading through that team. I'm like, oh, we don't have a rookie receiver, but I don't think that actually matters.
No.
Like it's more of a. It's happened 5 times. That doesn't mean
fun trend, but small samples because you're talking about essentially just 5 slates, which is, essentially just 5 slates. Right. We have Jeremy in chat at the one spot. I just pulled up his team. So let me go over Jeremy. So from the one spot, 3662, he obviously had a last pick. Actually, let me refresh that and go back to my results or my completed here.
It's funny because if it loads that pick, it kicks you out. And if it doesn't load that pick, it keeps you there. Yeah. I mean, it actually makes sense from a program perspective. So
okay, 3672 for Jeremy, Kyler Murray, Caleb Williams, Trevor Lawrence. One of my favorite things to do, 3 in that quarterback window. Love that. David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Travis Etienne, J.K. Dobbins, Rashad White, Roshan Johnson. As you can see, by using Best Ball Overlay, you can see obviously I can see my exposures, helps me manage my portfolio. You can see the team correlations. So he's got some nice even correlations with his running back room. And then of course you can see bringbacks, which helped us in our draft. So Best Ball Overlay, use code Fanspeak for 25% off. So that's a fun running back room and very correlated there as well. Handcuffed, the 2 Bears running backs, which I think is fine because you're getting, it's not like you're paying a high price for them there. And then he starts Jamar Chase, Marvin Harrison, Travis Hunter. That's fun. Jalen Waddle, Darius Slayton, Keenan Allen, and Tutu Atwell. That's a nice late pick. And then Trey McBride, Mike Gesicki. Definitely think a 2 tight end room makes sense there. Definitely some, obviously some playoff correlations as well, but obviously stacked up McBride and with Kyler and then Caleb with, the running backs. And then, and he got Marvin Harrison too, and then Travis Hunter with Lawrence. I really like his correlations there. Sorry, did he get who?
I couldn't remember if he had Kyler or Burrow.
He had Kyler, Chase, and then he's got Marvin Harrison and McBride. So some fun week 17, and then of course team correlation there.
Is that 6 running backs?
Yes, 3, 6, 7, 2. Yeah, because he started Montgomery. I like this team a lot.
I like the handcuffing with the quarterback as well. Like
I do too.
You're investing into that offense to just be better,
and just say we're getting the touchdowns basically.
Roshan is free, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, and then Swift, like he's the receiving back. So like you're just trying to secure all the rushing touchdowns with those 2 plus Caleb. Caleb will get some as well. So, and they massively improved that offensive line, so they should have quite a bit more.
Right. Absolutely. I think just 2 others. We've got Coolers in chat and then our guy Bruni. So we've got at the 7 spot Coolers 2673, Baker Mayfield, CJ Stroud. That's a nice quarterback room, obviously, with James Conner, Isaiah Pacheco, Aaron Jones, Javonte Williams, Austin Eckler, Jerome Ford, and then Nico Collins stacked with Stroud, Ladd McConkey, Mike Evans, and then later McMillan stacked with Baker, DJ Moore, Zay Flowers, Jalen McMillan, Jalen Noel also stacked with Stroud. David Njoku, Pat Freiermuth, Dalton Schultz. So very correlated with his 2 quarterbacks. I think it made sense, again, starting at Connor to go 6 running backs there. So everything makes sense. We're drafted with some sharp people here. What are your thoughts on Cooler's team here, James?
I mean, Cooler drafts in a lot of my drafts. He always does things that make sense.
Yeah.
Whenever I had us pull up Jarquez Hunter, I was debating on if I wanted to try to push him to take Jalen Noel.
Oh, okay.
That would have been our rookie.
Right. So Coolers gets
it. But
I like the Jarquez Hunter pull up. Maybe this year it's going to be multiple, rookie running backs or something is going to be the thing.
Maybe. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think that's a really good team. Tacking on Dalton Schultz at the very end as the third tight end stack, makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, very correlated.
So and the Pat Fryermuth thing, I want to talk a second on
because I know Steve talked about that a lot. Yeah.
So Pat Fryermuth and Jonnu Smith, I don't have, this is just a feeling thing. It has no facts. I'm getting this really weird feeling that Jonnu Smith and Pat Fryermuth are both going to have a spike week in the fantasy playoffs. I just get this feeling that one of them will put up 0 1 week and the other one will put up 15. And the next week, one of them will put up 22 and the other one will put up 3.
Right.
I just get this feeling that Arthur Smith is going to ruin the season again. I just.
And Steve did some stats on the Falcons that's when they were terrible, terrible as far as passing touchdowns, had terrible quarterback play. And, both Jonnu and Kyle Pitts, with that, Kyle Pitts, you were paying a high price for it. So he was total disappointment. But in this case, we're not paying a high price for it. Yeah. Both now are falling. So with what we're paying, Steve, if you're still in chat, put in the finishes, but they finished reasonable tight end finishes, both being there in an Arthur Smith offense. If they did that at these prices, and to your point, it's not crazy. So I kind of think they're fun late round clicks.
I think Jonnu's fallen too far.
I think, and I'm totally fine taking Fryermuth in the 180s too.
Jonnu and Pat Fryermuth are both better than Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson.
Okay, both were top 20 tight ends in points per game and total points. Okay, I thought one was tight end 11 or 12, but 14 and 17. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they're fine clicks where they're at. And so, I'm glad you pointed that out because I knew there was some good data on how, Arthur Smith used the 2 tight ends with the Falcons.
So the whole 2 tight ends with the Falcons thing, Jonnu had that one reception. It was the Malik Neighbors week 17 from last year.
Yeah.
2 screen passes where he just dodged one guy and ran in a straight line. Jonnu had that, right? In that year. Yeah. I distinctly remember that because I was a Jonnu hater at that time. And I'm this is BS. This, I just didn't, I wasn't a believer. And maybe he was always good and I was wrong because that's definitely happened. It happened last year. It'll happen again this year.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I'm glad we talked about it because I do just think both are just viable clicks now where they're going. And I think it's fallen too far. Okay, let's look at our Alex Trebek of Best Ball Jeopardy, our Justin Bruni at the 12 spot. Thanks for joining us, Justin. 3573. Jared Goff, who we know he got stacked up. Justin Herbert, Bryce Young. I like that quarterback room a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of 3 in the window again, and got Bryce Young late at pick 156. Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Brian Robinson, DJ Giddens, Taj Brooks, who we like so much. Amon-Ra, Drake London at the turn. That's fun. So we got Amon-Ra, JMO stacked up with Goff, Tet stacked up with Bryce Young. Quentin John and Adam Thielen and Quentin Johnson, and he got Jatavian Sanders and Quentin Johnson stacked up with Herbert. So sorry, receivers were ASB, Drake London, Jamison Williams, Ted, Josh Downs, Quentin Johnson, Adam Thielen, Mark Andrews, Zach Ertz, and Jatavian Sanders. So I just think this is really solid and fun all around, kind of like a little double anchor starting in the 5th, 6th round, and then 3 really solid quarterback stacks, a really good receiver room, and a really strong tight end room too, with a mix of vets and a young Jatavian Sanders. So I love this team, Bruni. What are your thoughts on Bruni's team? Hoohames, don't butter him up too much for your next round of Jeopardy.
I think that team would look a lot better if Jared Goff was on our side instead of his. That's what I think. I
Well, I
don't
think he
think you
was
need. I
really
don't think you
smart.
needed Jared Goff.
I
I
think he
don't.
was really smart to
I
pull him up to 109 because we
I
were
think you
obviously
could have.
interested.
I'm pretty sure you could have pushed him past the people at the 6 hole. Like, you should try it next time. That's all I'll say. No, it's a great team.
It's a great team, yeah.
And like B Rob as a third running back,
Right.
two studs, like, and then
Yeah.
the two shots, like that's a great piece as a third guy.
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Very, very well done, Bruni. We love it. We love that you joined us here on this 4th of July draft. Let me just catch up with chat. Pepper Tony mentions the obviously the new contest on Underdog. So that is, was awesome today for those getting in the, what are those, Chihuahua and Dachshund. Mike Robb says, great draft and show. You both made America proud. Thank you very much. We have Stephen Perkins. Thank you for joining us. Awesome draft, fun stream. Good luck all. Thank you. Cooler says, not crazy about Ford. Need to diversify my final running back picks more. Yeah, I need to work on diversifying my final running back picks as well now with essentially less than 2 months to go here. So I agree with that.
I'm choosing to do it with just more rookies. Like, I'm just adding more rookies to the draftable. Like, I'm not going to, like, he's one that I'm not going to mix in. I might regret it, but.
No, I agree. I need to mix up my late picks and draft more rookies as well. Yeah, but we covered Cooler's team, Bruni's team, and then our pick at the one spot. I'm forgetting his name now. Jeremy's team. So yeah, that was. So we appreciate everybody joining us on this 4th of July here on the stream. Hitting the like button. Join us in the draft. Join us in chat. Mike Robb gives 8.5 out of 10 for Bruni because he stayed away from Keenan Allen. Steve points out he did get Thielen, so Steve loves that. If that was on draft or pass, I'm sure Steve would hit the draft for that. So Coolers, yes, we appreciate everybody drafting with us. Fun drafting with the two of you. Always thanks for the review and feedback. No, we appreciate you, Coolers. Jeremy or Jamie, be safe, everyone. Don't drink and drive. Try not to blow off any body parts. Yes, good reminders for the 4th of July. All very good reminders for the 4th of July. So I will label this team right after Hoohames, but I think we drafted a very, very fun one. Any final thoughts for the people before we get out of here and send them over to your stream in just less than 2 hours?
Yeah. So you can follow me on X at Hoohames_FF. And as soon as this is over, I'm going to put out the link to the Discord or to the YouTube, which I will be live in almost exactly 2 hours. And usually what I do is I just do a draft, and then the second draft, most days, I just let the chat vote.
Decide,
and then that's what I draft. Like,
I think that's what Steve and I are going to start doing. We did it last night. And that was fun. We just we drafted. We finished the Pitbull. Yeah.
I will say, like, you give them the light goal, they get there.
Yeah.
And then like Eliminator loses every time by just a hair. And
we got it. Eliminator won for us yesterday.
Did you? And then and then the next one, you remove the one you done because now you want the different contest, right? Like, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
And Eliminator loses by just a hair the second time, every time. It's like always. And then like half the chat leaves. And then like and it's like, I understand.
Okay, so you think the chat is one in the Eliminator?
Yeah, like I think a lot of the chat's like, I want to do Eliminator. They stick around, and then whenever it's not Eliminator,
that is such a great stream draft because 6 move on. So that is so fun because you can be like, okay, we had 8 in last night, so Eliminator's what got voted for. We have 8 of us, so I was like, oh well, 6. Hopefully the other 4 screw them. Hopefully 6 out of 8 of us get to move on. But that is what's fun about a stream draft doing Eliminator is 6 of you all move on. So what is the draft you're going to start with today? Again, 4 p.m. Central, a little less than 2 hours. Go over to Hoohames channel. What are you starting with?
I'm going to do a Chihuahua, low entry. Some people aren't able to do the higher dollar ones, and that's totally fair. Then I kind of want to do the Dash Hounds.
Yeah.
Or I think, is that how it's pronounced? I don't even know. I don't
know. I always say Dachshund, but I don't know.
I think that's actually right. That's not my brand, is knowing dog breeds, but but I want to save those for like because it's a 4 max. I'm going to do those like
that makes
off
sense.
stream or whatever.
Oh, that makes a ton of sense.
And then the Chihuahuas will be for the community.
Yeah. So you'll start with a Chihuahua, then put it up to vote in the chat.
It'll be a Chihuahua and an eliminator and weekly winners because I enjoy weekly winners. I'm not saying it's a great contest like ROI and stuff, but it's fun because it's like every week you look at your phone and it's kind of like doing battle royales.
Yeah.
You look at it and you see, oh, do I have a chance? Nope.
It gives some weekly sweat. Yeah, it gives some weekly sweat equity there too, for sure. Just wanted to point out, Hoohames had mentioned Draft or Pass. You had Big Low Fawn talking about Draft or Pass. Steve, I believe, is having Big Low Fawn next week to talk about Draft or Pass. He said Hartman. So somehow he was hadn't voted for Hartman, 0-3 for Hartman. So Steve said, Hartman, I just voted against myself, against you in a pre-draft. You're welcome. So he's trying to even out, balance the scales there, Hartman. Get on your good side. We got Ben Haskell in chat. What's up, Secos? Happy 4th to you, Ben. Good to see you. Everybody head over and listen 2 hours, 4 p.m. Central to Hoohames channel. I certainly appreciate Hoohames being my friend of best ball today. I think we drafted a fun team that I'll label right after this. Everybody have a safe, happy, fun 4th of July today, all weekend, holiday weekend. Go do some best ball drafts. Go jump in some best ball streams. This has been fun. We appreciate you. For Hoohames, I'm Meg, and we will see you next time.